Hello.
Hey, everybody. What's going on? Hey,
How's
Danny.
it going, everybody? Welcome to the last live coin Q&A of the month. Crazy.
Hey,
Already
AG.
almost May. Weird.
The funnest
So,
one, right? That's
what?
The funnest one of the month, some of them say.
It is. I like it. I like being able to chat and take questions and stuff.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. As you guys can see, we have a straggler again. Michael Kittle, Rare Coin. He agreed to join us again. So,
thanks for having me.
What?
Thanks for having me.
Always.
We appreciate your perspective.
We like to grab him up anytime we can, so I bug him. I bug him every month. So, I had a couple names that we got mentions on this month's Error Scope. People who joined Koneka, I wanted to make sure I said thank you very much to those people that mentioned us. And I think there's a couple in here that just said YouTube, who referred them, and they just said YouTube that may be our viewers, but I'm not sure. So if you did, let me know. So we have Cody Foster, Edward Hammond, Paul Hampton, I know that guy, Laura Hatcher, and Kenneth Krause. I think there was there one more? I think that's it.
And we'll also give a big thank you to our friend Silver Stacker in Training for the welcome in, and thank you so much for the support.
You are amazing. I know you don't have to do that, Stephen. We love having you here, but we appreciate it very much. Thank you so much. So thank you to those of you that joined Koneka. You're going to really enjoy it. Just like I said, just this Error Scope alone is worth the cost of joining. So and this month there's a great interview in here with Mike Diamond. So thank you, Strayman.
Strayman with the $5 super chat or something. But thank you for the support.
And in that interview with Mike Diamond, he actually mentions one of the coins that we sent, one of our, not us, but our viewer sent about 2 years ago. I don't know if you probably don't remember it. I think it was James Eubanks sent that coin. It was an error that Mike Diamond had never seen before.
Are you talking about the 1995?
It was I'll tell you what the name of the error is. So it is a partial flip over counter blockage with a secondary counter blockage that he wrote. He actually wrote an article.
Yeah, it's a 1995 though, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. That was
I'm
a fun
familiar
one.
with that one.
Yeah.
I've seen that one.
That was a fun one. So he says a fellow. He doesn't mention any names. He just says a fellow sent it to me. So.
And welcome, Nate G.
Thank you so much.
Welcome, Nate G. He's a new sub. Saw on Freeman auction. And thank you, Dennis.
Thank you
for the support. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. So who was that's a new?
Nate G.
Nate G. Thanks for coming. We appreciate you. And all of you guys that are new, this is our end of the month show. So we don't review any of our email submissions on this show. We strictly talk to you and take questions from chat. That's why we like Michael Kittle to be here, because he's been doing this for a long time, and he's a dealer, and he's got a real, I don't sell coins. I know some of us do, but he's got that dealer knowledge. So pick his brain while he's here. He also has a YouTube channel, and there's always a coin giveaway on Michael Kittle Rare Coins.
Always.
Correct.
Always.
Somewhere here I've got.
So get it over to Michael Kittle's YouTube channel and give him a sub. And
if you like to play video games, he also plays video games in the evening.
I'm
curious. Thank you for the $4.99 super sticker.
He tries to be.
He tries to play games.
He tries to be calm and family friendly, but
we try.
He tries. It's our fault. It's the viewer's fault. We get him worked up.
Thank you, Nate G. We appreciate it. Hope that you enjoy it.
Absolutely. Yes. Normally on our show, Nate, just so you know, we do have an email and we do take viewer submissions to our email, coin questions and stuff. And usually on every show except the last show, we will go through and review certain coins that have been submitted, and we'll tell you what's going on with the coins and give you a little education there. So there we go. Always. It's so good. Michael Kittle's giveaway is so good that it's in chat 3 times in a row.
Just in case.
Just in case you missed it the first and second time.
Yep.
Silver Stacker in Training plays Call of Duty. Well, you could come on and play Call of Duty with Michael because he plays it sometimes. Depends on which one, I think, right?
Yeah, there's a few different ones we play. Yeah.
He plays every morning from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m.
Well, if that's Eastern time, that's about when we're finishing up.
Right.
It's true. It's true.
Hey, Frostbite. Good to see
How's it
you.
going, Frostbite? You never let me know if you wanted me to help you with your giveaway. So let me know what I need to do and stuff. I did put on my calendar. Anyway, I saw a couple of questions. I did not pin them. So if you have a
I
question.
think Amanda did.
Oh, did you?
She's on the start list already, yeah.
Awesome. Starred. Okay. If you have a question, just put it in chat. If we don't see it, you can put it in there again. But it's best if you put like at LiveCoin Q&A and tag us, because then your question will be highlighted and we'll see it faster. So please don't ask us questions about a specific coin that we would need to see, because we're not going to be looking at emails tonight. So, and thank you everybody for being patient. We still have about 120 something emails in the inbox, and you guys have been amazing with your patience and stuff. We appreciate it so much. So, okay.
Also, I'll say that it takes us longer to do emails when there's actually a lot of good stuff to have to look up. So there's a lot of good questions coming in, actually, that really make it, it's good. I mean, just good stuff. Everybody's learning and everybody's asking the right stuff.
Yep, and we already have a few in the queue for next week. So, yeah, it's going to be a good show. And also, if you have currency questions, especially as far as like serial numbers and values, we had Sam on our show last week from Kingdom Currency. Go check out last week's show and check out his YouTube channel. He's amazing, and he's got a website, and so check that out. You might get some of your questions answered. Okay. So I see Daniel Baker said, what is the proper term for stretched pennies with advertising on them? It's like elongated sense.
Yeah. That's something that Paula really enjoys.
Elongated sense.
Elongated sense, yeah.
I like to collect those as well.
Could be any coins, though. Could be elongated coins.
Yeah. Could be, yes, because we've got nickels and dimes. And
I've seen a $20 gold rolled out with a design.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Some people call them smushed pennies, pressed pennies. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jen's got a question. Big question. Did the 1960 proof have a mint mark? I thought it did have an S, but I have a proof set without and wasn't sure. I know the 64 was without because Philly did them, but no mint mark on the 60.
No, 68. 68's first year.
First year with a mint mark.
Mm-hmm.
With the estimate, yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
There you go.
That's a good question.
Yes,
but there are
earlier were Philadelphia.
Yeah, and there are some proofs though that were struck mistakenly without a mint mark. So you want to watch for those. I don't know all the dates for those.
Nickel. I keep checking all of my birth year proof sets because I keep asking people to buy them for me. So
75 no S is a 75 no S dime, I think.
Mm-hmm. And those
Yeah.
are some pretty big varieties if you can find them.
Big. There's
Always
a
unique by
68.
Jen. Always unique by Jen mentions that they had an elongated sense from just a year ago and they're already faded. And it just made me think, if you collect elongated sense, make sure you bring in the pre-82 coppers. So if you can pick which ones you feed through the machines, because they'll be a lot nicer and they'll last a lot longer than the modern zinc ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
71, Lisa. Yeah, I was going to say, some of those newer machines, they don't even let you put your own stuff in there. They just have it loaded up and you put
your credit card in there. That's about it.
Disney's like that. Disney, you just stick your credit card in and they have all their zinc cents already preloaded in there. But I will give you a little advice. If you are ever at a place and you say you know they're going to have one of those elongated cent machines that, with the hand crank or whatever, and you're bringing your own in, bring one that is worn and kind of dirty, because the design will show better.
Mm-hmm.
The design will show up better on those. So,
yeah. So Daniel says, I inherited 2 silver dollar money clips and 4 silver dollar necklaces. What would that make them? Damaged?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. But some people collect those kinds of things too. So, it's decent collectible, I guess. It's just probably not going to have the numismatic value.
I mean, the extent of the damage depends on how they're done. I mean, sometimes it's just a bezel, and you might have a little bit of edge and rim damage of how it's held in. Other times, like for the money clips, it might be the whole back side of it that you can't see might be soldered in there. And and usually if it's a piece of jewelry or money clip, it's probably been cleaned many times over the years, which is damaged. But if it's a rare date, it still has a value.
Right. Or I've never seen one with a big variety, but that could happen too, I suppose.
I saw one at an auction one time. I believe it was a 1892 O Barber half, but it was the micro O reversed. It's big bucks. It was it was soldered into a money clip, I believe, and they restored it and they fixed it, and it looked great.
Did they really? They got the solder off and everything? Wow. No heat damage.
Do it. Yeah.
Crazy.
It still came back a details coin, but it was worth way more than it was in the money clip.
Right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's awesome. Let's see. Streamman asked, I have some zinc Lincolns with a spiderweb pattern on them. What causes that?
Spider-Man.
First thing that comes to my mind is fingerprint. And then plating issues. But
yeah, there could be a lot of reasons why. It could be, if they're earlier, it could be toning. We've seen some coins that aren't very old that have like that, what do you call it? That bag toning.
Oh, textile toning.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
without seeing it, it's hard to know.
Yeah, without seeing it, we're just guessing.
Sometimes old albums, they'll tone the coins weird too, just because of the cardboard or whatever they're in, and just the different parts of the paper in there are closer and further from each part, and it leaves weird patterns.
Right.
You see it on like a lot of like slick coin, like seeded and barber coins that have been in albums a long time. You just see the ridges of the cardboard tone in different parts of it different.
Yeah, I've talked about it before. I had an album that I found that I'm sure my grandma probably started, of Mercury dimes. And I took them out of that album in the back with this slick as to do from the acid in them. Because they'd gotten wet. The album had gotten wet, and it just ate the coin right away. It was horrible.
Wow.
Yeah, let's see. Darlene says, what is the best process to find your coin error on Variety Vista? And what's the first answer?
You're not going to find any errors on Variety Vista.
You're not going to find errors on Variety Vista.
Mm-mm.
Because it's not Error Vista, it's Variety Vista.
It's Variety Vista.
But if you do mean, okay, so like your doubled dies or your mint marks or whatever, if you're looking at, trying to check your coin for one of those, then you should be able to pretty easily go in there and find on the main page, your Lincoln cents, your quarters, your half dollars, all that kind of stuff. There you go.
So somebody in chat throw out a date that they want me to look at. A date and a denomination.
I'm going to, oh, never mind. I'm not in the
You
chat.
can.
Okay, 1950 D/S Washington Quarter.
So over here is Washington Quarters. You find Washington Quarters. Then you're going to find the date. And that's going to be, so that's on the reverse. So that, I think that's actually going to be a DDR. You said 1950, right?
It's over mint mark. D/S.
Oh, over mint. I thought, never mind.
Yep.
Over mint mark, yeah. So I went over here, clicked on, so you go to OMM listings, over mint mark listings. And you can see 1950 D/S, 1950 S over D. So he wants to go to D/S. So you just click on that. And then you can click
expand that. Yeah.
You can actually click on the listing and scroll down, and it's going to give you a bunch of pictures.
So that's a pretty good looking coin right there. Now, it doesn't say it, but that's actually a picture of mine.
Is it? Nice.
Because he had a not so, not as good example, and he was looking for, one
better
to take pictures of. So I sent him mine, but that was before I had it graded.
He should have given you credit for that. Come on now.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. What did it come back as? Where's Adam? 63? Do you remember? I see your box.
I think it was a 63.
But I still haven't opened it because I want to do a video. All right, never mind. Thank you, Endagon Demon. And thank you, Angie.
So it shows all of the different, well, not all the denominations, but most of them. And then it also has over here what are die varieties, so you can get explanations of double dies, mint mark varieties, repunch date, misplaced dates, die errors. So it has a few of those. I don't think they've really done anything on this.
Okay, so Darlene's asking, how do you narrow it down? There are so many pictures. That can be difficult sometimes.
Okay, let's go back to it real quick.
Let's
go back to it real quick, and I'm going to share it again.
Thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Just wanted to say thank you, panel. We appreciate it. Appreciate the support and you being here.
So let's go to, let's do RPMs.
60?
Yeah, I didn't want to do one that had so many. Let's go to 58D. So say you're looking for a 58D repunchment mark. You think you have one and you want to match it. So first thing you're going to look for is your mint mark placement. So that means that where it's located relevant to the date. Relative to the date. And then if you find one that you think matches yours, then you can click on it, and it's going to give you different stages and different die markers. So this one has a die clash at the throat. That's a die marker. And it also has a die clash through the N of scent. That's a die marker. You can also see here, there looks like there's a little die scratch by the D. It's not listed there, but I think that's probably a die marker. So does that make sense?
You kind of have to, look for ones that look like yours, and then check and see if you have those die markers. If it looks the same when you bring up their pictures, because they're usually more clear than, when you bring them up.
I think it does, Joey. I'm pretty sure it shows 97 doubled ear.
Because I have a lot of problems, and sometimes you have to find it on.
It does, Joey.
Like Variety Vista, and then you'll also, just to make sure, you go to Wexler's or something like that.
Copper coins on Lincoln Sense, yeah.
Yeah, copper coins on all the Lincoln Sense. He's got, because they have, they'll actually mention different die markers, like Paula was saying. You can find your own if you see a really strong die scratch or something like that, that's not pointed out specifically on the website, but you have it on your coin, sometimes that can help you, determine that you've got the right one.
Yeah, it takes some practice. It takes some practice to learn how to match your coin, attribute it. But to me, Variety Vista is the most user-friendly, I think. But you have to make the choice of which one you prefer. So Variety Vista, Wexler for pretty much any denomination, copper coins, shillings, and cents. Chuck on Copper Coins has more listings than any of the other sites for Lincoln cents.
But it's only cents.
But it's only cents, yeah.
I think
if you have an electron microscope, you can figure it out.
That's true. Or you can see some atoms on top of the coin.
Jerry wants to see this.
Too much.
Okay, this is the last time I'm pulling up Variety Vista.
Yeah, agreed, Indigon. Wexler
Right there,
gets a little bit
guys.
more information on his sometimes.
Right there. 1997. Doubled ear. FS 101.
Welcome, James.
Oh, James, I wish I could say the same. Oh, we got a lot of questions in there, huh?
Yeah, do you have a Roswell, New Mexico alien elongated scent?
I don't. I don't have a Roswell, New Mexico.
I don't remember if I got one I don't think I got one when I was there. Because I wasn't heavily back into collecting yet. Let's see, what's next?
It's listed under DDOs, Joey K. 1997 DDOs. It's the only one listed there.
Has anyone heard of the nickel clickers for communication during the war times?
I'm not. Michael Kittle probably is.
No,
I've never heard of that.
I don't know what that is.
It might be something we need to look
No,
up.
you've never heard of it either? Nickel clicker.
It almost sounds dirty.
I know. It almost sounds like that nickel pickle, my trickle or whatever we had last week.
Did you say trickle? Oh my god.
It's a trickle.
Let's see. Joey K is trying to find some high grades 2010P shield sense to send to PCGS. Does a die crack take away from the grade?
It's not supposed to.
Not supposed to.
Nope.
No.
Sometimes, I think that sometimes it could affect eye appeal, but they're not supposed to grade off on that.
Welcome, Mauro. Mauro.
Sean, I was reaching there. Nickel pickle.
Reaching there. Hey, old
Tickle my
brother.
pickle nickel or whatever his name was.
Mm-hmm. That's the next one. How many times have you put a coin into your coffee, your cup of coffee or drink? How many times have you put a coin into your cup of coffee or drink? Never?
Oh, because you're throwing it, you're trying to put it in your car, you mean? You have a cup in
Oh,
there?
yeah, maybe.
That's what they mean.
Oh, I can't say that I put my paintbrush in my coffee before when I had coffee and water sitting there.
Now, that's funny.
Yeah, but I never put my.
But don't eat zinc cents. They're pretty toxic.
Don't eat that.
I should tell a story, but I
Sorry.
had a friend many years ago that was told that if you had coins in your mouth, that the alcohol smell wouldn't actually protrude so much. And was stopped by a policeman after she'd been drinking, and she grabbed the coins in her tray and threw them in her mouth.
Ew.
And started choking on them. They had to call an ambulance to take her to. And her husband later was a policeman. So anyway,
Oh my gosh.
sorry.
Ew.
Sorry.
That's kind of gross. I hope they gave her like a rabies shot or something at the
I
hospital.
know. I've never heard of that, but she always said it was supposed to work. So, I don't know. Question about the $2 bill. Found it in a box of stuff of mine. It's a 1976, but it's off center. Bottom border is about twice the size of the top border. What's the question? Is that odd, unusual, worth anything?
So if the back has, I forgot what Sean said. The back, if it has the same issue, does that mean it's a misalignment or is that a miscut? I can't remember.
Can't remember, but I do remember him saying that you
That's-
have to be careful of those because sometimes they come in sheets and people cut them themselves and try to
he did say that. Yep.
Yeah, and I think it's a miscut if both are the same. It's a misalignment if one side is different. Kind of like either an off-center strike coin or a misaligned die. So kind of the same thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that, to be honest.
And I don't think that there is a lot of value. Just if it's a little off center, I think if that border like impedes upon the actual design and like part of the design is missing, it's kind of the same way with like either misaligned die. If part of that coin is missing the devices, then it's worth more than just a small one, I think.
Sheet cuts will have high serial numbers. Generally, they will start with 99 in the serial number.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Because that's the only way they distributed like those high serial numbers was in sheets.
Sean, if you can be down there, you can be up here. I'm just saying. Just putting it out there. Throwing it out there. Little guilt.
Yeah,
trip.
Joey, I was a little disappointed, but I guess I heard some people had it worse off than I did. So.
No, you did okay.
You did all right. I was on NGC today, and I saw a 1945 D over D VP 003 nickel. What does the VP stand for?
That's Variety Plus. That's NGC's Variety website.
Yeah,
that's their attribution, and they'll choose a few more varieties than what's in the Cherry Picker's Guide. So
you know what else I found is that NGC also has some Cherry Picker's Guide varieties that PCGS no longer recognizes.
Right, and vice versa. PCGS will also recognize varieties the NGC does not recognize. So if you don't find, let's say you're wanting to grade it, I got a really nice Cherry Picker listed variety, but it's not on NGC. Maybe check PCGS or check, or vice versa. So
when all else fails, send it to Annex.
But sometimes they will like Variety Plus. They seem to do some that none of the others have too.
Annex will do them all. If you want a variety graded and you're not certain it's a Cherry Picker listed variety, you could send it to Annex. If you want it graded, that's. But if it doesn't need to be graded, you don't have to send it anywhere. To be honest, so.
Right. Can a disc clip be retained? If not, what is it called to have a cut or clipped rim with the cut piece still attached?
Oh, those are pretty nice. I've seen a few of those.
Clipped rim.
Like incomplete clip? Is that what they're talking about?
That's the only thing I can think is that, or maybe as a rim burr.
Oh, okay.
So a true clipped planchette. I said planchette.
Nice.
I went retro there. A true clipped planchette is exactly what it says. It's clipped. So that's gone. It's not there. There are incomplete clips that will show on both sides of the coin. I'm not sure that I've ever seen one on the rim.
Should I put a link to Airref in there?
Sure.
I thought that might be where you were going.
Thanks, Larry. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You guys must be seeing that before I do. It's kind of crazy. It's so weird now.
Chat?
Yeah, like on the super chats, like you said it before it even popped up on mine. So.
Are you on live chat, Adam?
Well, I'm using the chat through StreamYard.
Oh, I don't use StreamYard chat at all.
Oh, okay.
It freezes sometimes, and yeah, I don't use it at all. 597D with filled dates, still super common.
They're just late die state examples of
Die chips. They're
the
just die
57D.
chips.
Some, I've been known to. I mean, if you want to get rid of a few of them, yeah, you can sell them for like $8 on eBay. I mean, I've sold a few of them on eBay. So.
And thank you for the $2 super chat.
All they are is just die chips.
Just late die state examples. Die chips.
That's a super common year for them too.
Oh yeah, 58, 56, 55.
55 is common for the BIE.
All the 50s, late 50s are really common with those.
Oh, and by the way, thank you, Larry. I didn't say thank you, Larry.
Always. Thank you, Jen. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Definitely
thank you so much, Jen. Thanks for being here.
Beachside Like Shiny. I kind of like that name. Does anyone remember the 2009 P-Mint DC quarter with the anomaly below the L in Ellington? Okay. What did that ever end up being? Not the D-Mint DDR.
Am I not mistaken? I think that's a cherry picker listed variety for the Philly mint.
There's a die clash too.
Is there a class? Is it a class?
Let me pull up my Strike It Rich here and see what it says.
There's a die clash on that too. Let's go to
oh, darn it.
Indigon's asking if it was angled like the keys or vertical like the L.
2009 P. So I'll share this. I think there's actually a couple of them. Oh, she's already got it up there. Never mind. Yeah. I'm like not paying any attention. There it is.
Does that answer the
question? Ask me a question. Are you bored down there, Michael? Are you eating dinner?
I'm fine.
Oh, I tore a page on my Strike It Rich. Now I'm going to have to get a new book.
2 vertical lines from the L down to the key.
Yeah,
so
just
that's
like that one.
what it looks like. So yeah. Probably.
Some of those die clashes, those counter clash, like that counter clash on the is it the Delaware Quarter? That's pretty cool.
Slaver. Daniel Malone is definitely out there to help you. He's definitely out there to help you. He's been doing it a long time. He knows what he's talking about. He's a busy dude, and I think that he probably gets very frustrated sometimes. And he's not going to blow smoke up your butt. He's going to tell you exactly what your coin is. So there you go.
As a matter of fact, he's been on our show before. That was before me, but
2 years ago. Yep.
2 years ago.
He's a very busy guy. So.
All right. Next.
But he's got a business. And
he does his business, right?
He's got a business.
So Papa Giorgio, and hey, Papa Giorgio, if you find one of the star notes that has been duplicated, what steps would you take to find the sister pair?
Shannon.
That's a good question. I would probably send a note to us at the moment. Just ask, saying, here's my star note and my serial number. And then what I usually do then is take those and I involve Snoopy Doo, who is in our chat or was earlier. And he's the guy, Craig, that came on our show a few months back and talked about the 2013 Ds. So if you want to go back and watch, if anybody wants to go see that, it's got a lot. He's got a lot of good information that he's shared.
I think Sam from Kingdom Currency would be probably able to help you sell it.
Right.
I'm not sure how involved. I'm not sure that he's real involved in any website or anything like that, any database.
Right.
So,
and what Craig will do is check, because he has a huge collection, and he will check within his collection, and also he'll go out and look on the 2013 B website for you generally, and just check that too real quick, which is kind of the most information that we have is between the two of them right now.
Yeah, the first thing you got to do is let us know if you have a matching pair, so we can feature it on the show.
Well, if you get a matching pair, heck yeah.
Get a matching pair. We need to be the first to know.
Yeah,
just saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll do anything to help you guys out on stuff like that. So
yes,
involved with anyone. Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Oh, good, Snoopy Doo. Awesome. He said they're supposed to talk to Sam soon. Awesome.
Yeah, that'll be a good connection.
He's a good guy. He's a good kid. I think he's a kid.
Yeah, he's pretty much.
But I think Michael Kittle's a kid too. So.
He's a kid.
He's a good kid.
He's an ornery kid.
He's very ornery.
Has anyone randomly thrown a unusual coin in to get graded without doing research?
Lots of people.
I
don't think anybody here have.
I mean, I recently did a 400 coin submission, all world coins to PCGS, and there were at least 3 or 4 where I left the form blank and just put a question mark, and I didn't know what they were.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I were paying PCGS a lot of money to grade and attribute everything. Let them figure it out, instead of me trying to figure it out. I mean, I could have spent some more time looking in catalogs. I just knew they were nice looking coins and were cool.
Did you do bulk on that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the way to go. I was like, that's really expensive if you're paying, full
it was
price.
still really expensive.
Yeah.
I still got to do the unboxing video. I still haven't done that.
Yes, do that, please.
It's going to be multiple parts, I think.
I was going to say you can also tell. I think a lot of times when people just send like bulk submissions in, because when you see you'll go on eBay sometimes and you'll see a lot of like MS62 whatever it is being sold, because they probably sent in a whole roll, or they sent in a ton of them and got them graded. So they're just trying to get rid of the ones that are not as valuable as or they.
I usually go by value when I send my bulk in. I don't it has to be a certain value before I send it in, because for my minimum grade anyway.
What is your favorite Lincoln Cent error?
Oh man,
There's
too many.
What's yours?
They're all different. So
yeah, they're all different for different reasons.
As far as like in our private collection, is that what you mean, or just in general?
Let's say your private collection. What's your favorite out of your collection?
I have a 1934D Lincoln Wheat Cent with a ragged clip, and it's the FS 101 64 Brown, which is pretty nice.
That's nice. What about you, Paula?
I don't know. I'd have to go look. I forget what I have.
Well, do you have a 69S?
No.
Right.
But that's not an error.
Yeah. Well,
with machine doubling?
Oh,
no.
Sorry. Oh, she did say error, didn't he?
Yeah, I would say 55 double diop versus.
I have that
out of there, but
there's not an error.
But if you want to make me pick an error, I don't really collect error. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what mine is. I've got a double struck. I think it's a 71D, and it also has an indent on it. I think I showed that one to you, Paula, at the last show.
Uh-huh.
So that's probably my favorite. So yeah.
I have lots of errors, and I can't pick one that's my favorite, because I don't have I don't have any of my like bucket list error coins. I don't have any of those because I probably would never be able to afford them.
And then you would never get rid of them either, right?
And
and probably not something you're going to find just going out looking at coins in the wild.
I have a couple that Ken Potter sent me, and they're tiny little cuds, and they're like, I love them. I love them. So I don't know. Any things that people have sent me as gifts are always my favorites, but I digress.
Yeah, that'd probably be my favorite. Lincoln cent air or cent airs are the ones struck on the 2.5 gold Indian planchets.
Right?
That would be nice, yeah.
I think there's one Lincoln cent like that. There's a couple Indian head cents like that.
Yeah, any of the like double denominations, anything like that.
Awesome.
So
cool. This one sounds like one, especially for you, Adam. Mm-hmm. If you're at a coin show, do you look for specific coins or errors? I'm going to say, or varieties.
Generally, it kind of depends. So my process is I'll sit at a table that has multiple boxes or, albums that you can go through and cherry pick. And I'll sit there for 2 or 3 hours sometimes. And
that number's higher.
So anyway,
number's higher. 7, 8.
Usually I look for like the bigger varieties and errors, but if I see something that's maybe not cherry picker listed, but it's like in your face, or, like a really strong RPM or something, then I'll still buy something like that too. So,
but you're searching more in general too.
Yes,
which I think. I kind of do that from what I've done.
But what I would recommend if you want to cherry pick a show, learn your varieties really good. Learn your cherry picker listed varieties. Maybe study a certain, like Franklin half dollars or Lincoln wheat cents or Jefferson nickels, and then that way you get really good at it, and then you know what to look for when you go to a show. You don't even have to really refer to anything because you already know what you're looking for. And die markers, that's a good one too. So
yeah, and also if you sometimes if you just study enough to know what a double die would look like or what a repunchment mark would look like, you may not even know that something exists. Because I think at the Tulsa show when we were looking around, it's not Tulsa, it was Grove then.
Grove.
Yeah. Back when we were at the Grove show last year, I mean, I think we found some like overdates or
we found a couple Civil War tokens that were
that we didn't know, but when you look at it, you can you understand what it looks like, so then you can sometimes you can go and look and see if it exists on one of the websites or whatever.
Yeah, Joey, cheat sheets are, I prefer not to use cheat sheets just because I don't like the dealer looking at me like, what are you doing over there? So I try to have it in my memory as best as I possibly can. But I understand you can't remember every single variety. It would be very hard, I'm sure. Unless you're.
But if you're at a table, spending a lot of time at a table, buy something. Whether you find something or not,
something.
Yes. Always buy something. If you're taking up that space at that dealer's table and taking up their time, be courteous and at least make a purchase from them.
That's how I found that Kansas quarter with the die dent. I was like, I know. I started looking through Kansas quarters and I found it, and I didn't even,
That's special. That is special.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I don't see a whole lot of them. So,
I'd say for most of us, spending 2 hours or 7 hours at one table sounds like a nightmare. But for most of us, I think if you're wanting to cherry pick stuff and find stuff, especially if it's a bigger show. I mean, if it's a small show and it's pretty dead, maybe you can get away with sitting at a dealer's table for a long time without blocking other customers or making them upset or with them worried about you buying stuff. But if it's a bigger show, I would say don't even bring your cherry pickers guide. You might have it in a bag or something, but focus on maybe 5 varieties that you have a realistic chance of finding. Not those super rare ones, but not just something where you could get a little bit of value. and memorize every detail about those. So you're just looking for those few, and just go to each table, and you'll be able to quickly look, and the dealer and might not even know you're looking for varieties, and you just go tables, and maybe you find one, maybe you don't. And the other piece of advice when you're cherry picking dealers, because I've done it from dealers and I've had people do it to me, is if you cherry pick somebody and you're making, you're going to make out great on it, you don't have to tell anybody or anything, but if they tell you the price, pay the price, don't negotiate, because you're going to look a real jerk if I say, hey, this one's only $100, and you go, oh, will you take 80? And then I find out later you sold it for $1,000. You're going to be welcome back.
If it's well worth it,
don't negotiate if you know you're making out.
Right. Good advice.
And that's from a dealer perspective. So, but
no doubt.
But I definitely agree with that. Buy something, if you're gonna.
I always buy something. I don't.
Time.
Yeah.
But in the Gone Demon, hold on 1 second. I will get it.
I mean, from the dealer's perspective, I don't think you have to buy. I mean, if it's not busy and you're not blocking other customers, and just keep an eye, just be aware of the whole situation. And most dealers want you to look through their stuff. And I don't want to sell people coins they don't want.
Yeah, some dealers will have like extra room for you to do that stuff too, which is nice.
Yeah, usually the guys that bring boxes full of stuff to dig through, yeah, they have.
And that's what Adam and Shannon look for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, Indigon. I do have it, and I'm going to pull it up for us. We'll go ahead and continue on. He wants to see the Kansas die-dent quarter.
Okay.
So Corey's asking, how can you tell the difference between a 64 5-cent Jefferson versus a 64 SMS when the proof and SMS both have cameo effect?
SMS won't have a cameo, especially the nickel. But it's not going to have a cameo. But there are die markers. But you can definitely tell the difference between an SMS and a proof coin.
If you're going to buy something as a 64 SMS, you can tell real easily because it'll say right on the PCGS or NGC holder.
Right.
Don't buy them if they're not in a PCGS or NGC holder or ANX. They all came from the same source. There's not very many of them out there. If someone's telling you they have them, it should be certified.
Oh.
I guess it's possible you could cherry pick one somewhere, but very, very unlikely.
Right.
They all came from the same exact safe deposit box.
Right.
So it's a 69 DCAM, and I bought it raw. And if I can.
And this actual error was discovered by Ken Potter, I believe, the original one.
Right there.
Yeah, it's hard to see.
So it's not the
right
big,
there.
It's not the big round part, but it's
it's that flat part there. You see it kind of
half moon shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a half moon shape.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, I cherry picked this raw out of dealer stock, and Ken thinks that they might have them in clad also.
Yeah, I saw that he said that.
So if you're going to look at this variety, definitely check the clad ones too.
Mm-hmm.
So
let's see. From Trucker Dude, recently went to a gas station for a few penny rolls and got 4 bank rolls of 2021 D pennies never circulated. Should I sell or hold them?
Spend them.
I mean,
that's what I would say. Spend them. I mean, for pennies like that, especially the more modern ones, when they first are released, like the brand new 2023s, if you don't sell them, because in the very beginning there's always a market for them, but if you don't sell them like within like the first 6 months or probably 3 months, Sean would know better, but the value basically drops down to face value.
Right. Unless there has been something discovered on that particular coin that would make it worth more,
Maybe in like 30 or 40 years, you might have some sealed equity, but that's about it.
There's always a possibility that you can find something, a cut, a die crack, a die, something on them. So before you spend them, look through them. But I'm not sure that there's a huge market right now out there anymore for 2021D.
Yeah. Hi, Ida. And what's up, Alfred?
Ida!
Bring back 5 Point Friday.
Bring back 5 Point. We talked about that this morning. I went back and watched her thing in Roseanne's, and they're like protesting.
Nice. That's funny.
I was like, I gotta go with the masses. What the masses want.
The masses did not want that. The 10 people in chat, the 1 second she asked that question, wanted it at that time. I wouldn't call it the masses.
I'm on your side. I like 5 Point Friday. I think I've won Ida's trivia like twice the entire time she's been doing it, and I think they both were on 5 Point Friday. So the more chances I get, the better.
Right.
There you go.
I like that.
That's awesome. Johnny says, my friend got 5 rolls of Bessie Coleman quarters at the bank last week. He found over 30 coins with either small die chips on nose or small die chips drool, side of the mouth. Should he sell on eBay?
Extremely common.
Yeah, the fact that your buddy found 30 of them
in 5 rolls?
Right there.
In 5 rolls, yeah.
Rolls tells you how common they are.
I think the ones on the nose are doing better than the ones in the...
It depends on how big they are.
Right.
Yeah.
The bigger they are.
If it's like a huge wart, then yeah, I mean, it might you might get a little extra premium out of it, but I wouldn't count on, anything crazy.
And the little drooling die chip on the obverse on Washington's mouth, you go back to the very first women's quarter, and you'll find on every single one of them released, you'll find that. So.
Yep. So
should he sell them on eBay? Yeah, sure. Why not? If somebody will buy them.
I mean,
sell them as a bulk. If you want to get rid of them, start them at $1 a piece. $30, and then maybe you get 50 or something like that.
But with eBay fees and shipping and everything else, he's not going to make any money.
Right. Unless someone went crazy for them.
Yeah.
Brian says, why do 2021 quarters appear to have a brighter and almost proof-like surface than any other quarter?
I didn't know that they did.
I didn't know that either.
The only thing I could think of on that one was that I know that they redid the Washington portrait side, that whole die for 2021. They went more back to the older original design versus that, spaghetti hair like they had on all those statehood quarters. So maybe it looks different a little bit, just the way, because the fields and the surfaces are different. But I don't know if I call it a brighter or proof-like.
I think, especially proof-like would be kind of hard, but brighter, it kind of depends too on, did you get a roll of 2021s that had never been circulated? And
Is that the Washington crossing the Delaware?
Yeah. Yeah, and Tuskegee.
And Tuskegee. Yeah.
But I mean, if you haven't seen some of the new ones that are just right out of a fresh roll, they're very shiny as well, usually. There are some, I will say, I think we've seen more of those like rinsing water spots on the more recent, 2022s and 23s, which kind of, I guess, makes it look like it's more dull or whatever. So maybe that might be part of it as well.
I like it too, Proud Ma. I like the Washington crossing the Delaware.
Hey, Blues. Good to see you.
Upfront money to allow you.
If you ever offer the dealer some upfront money to allow you to take time searching. Oh, do you? Excuse me. Weil says, do you ever offer a dealer money upfront to take time searching?
I haven't. Has that ever happened to you, Michael, as a dealer?
No, you shouldn't. I mean, no. No, and don't. And if any dealer tells you have to pay to sit there and search through their stuff, tell them. I can't say that now. But it was,
Go to the next table.
Go to the next table.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't deal with them. Yeah.
Because I know Adam's talked about some that that might not be appreciative of you sitting there, and they'll kind of comment and stuff. And hey, if they don't want your business, that's fine too. You can just go to the next guy.
Yeah.
But I do agree. It's all about being courteous.
Yeah.
And if Mike, if I see the table getting busy, I usually get up. I don't hang out there all day. If it's crazy and there's like a bunch of people coming up. So.
Kyle, I don't think there is a 2023 commemorative. I think maybe they're considering the Morgan dollars commemorative. I don't know.
Roseanne with a $2 super chat.
Thank you, Roseanne.
White Friday.
Bring back my White Friday.
She wants it. She loves her trivia.
We're count all the votes, Roseanne. Stop the steal.
Right. Justina says, how can you tell if a coin is authentic from, say, 959 AD? I want a King Edgar coin, but unless graded, how would we know if it's real? Any suggestions?
Good kiddo.
Michael?
Well, you buy from someone that that knows it's real. You buy from a trusted dealer. Or you got to buy a certified one, and that's you trusting PCGS, NGC, ANX, that they know it's real. I mean,
right.
If I saw one right now, I wouldn't know it's real for sure. I don't know those. But if there are people that I could call and buy one from, and I would trust them 100%.
Right.
Buy a certified one.
People that deal with ancients and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
well,
especially with ancient coins. Yeah, there's lots of fake ones out there, and I couldn't tell half of them.
It's kind of funny because I actually bought a owl tetragram from Christian, and I sent it to GreatCollections, and they sent it to NGC, and NGC sent it back. They could not verify authenticity, so even people that deal with world coins on a daily basis, it's possible that you could be buying something that might not be authentic.
Even NGC messes up. Fake coins and NGC holders.
Yep. Yeah. And Amy at GreatCollections, she said, "Do you just want me to send this off to Annex?" And I said, "Yeah, please. Maybe they might have a different opinion." So it's a worth a
usually
shot.
When the grading companies say unable to verify or questionable authenticity, that means counterfeit. That's their nice way of saying it, because it's not legal to deal in counterfeit coins. So they're keeping it mysterious for you, so you maybe can still deal with it.
Right.
That's what I've heard in a lot of cases. But yeah, I've actually had, it was a gold coin from Italy from the 1400s. It was a beautiful piece. I bought it in an NGC holder in an auction, put it on my website and eBay, had it there it was just a great example. And a dealer from Italy contacted me, says, "Hey, I don't think that's real." I'm like, well, NGC sure thought it was real. And then I guess that guy didn't like me not pulling the listing because I'm trusting NGC, and he contacted NGC, and a few weeks later, NGC contacted me and said, "Hey, can you send that coin to us?" I'm like, "Sure," and they confirmed it wasn't the real deal and sent me a check. So yeah, it happens sometimes. I mean, it's tough. But yeah, I mean, buy from people that you trust, and then in the event it turns out to be wrong, most of those people will make it right.
Right. Especially if you've got someone that was good that sold it to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, none of us want to be selling fake coins or have people unhappy with their stuff.
Right.
Darlene's asking, if you are searching a roll and you find a die chip, it's an error, right? If you find 6 more in the roll, it's a variety, ? And
No.
It's still an error.
A die chip is always considered an error. Die breaks, die cracks, things like that usually. There are some
errors are unique. Varieties are usually typically
that doesn't make sense then, because there's 6 that are just like it. That's not unique.
Well, they're
There might be
microscopically
minor
different.
changes. Yeah.
Is
Guaranteed.
it more that's not part of the design, and that's why it's
Not
an
part of the original creation of the die.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Varieties are
a
part of
simple
the
way of telling.
varieties are part of the dye process. Essentially, that's how
They
you get a
happen
double.
during the creation of the die. Intentional or unintentional.
Well, we know there's
There can be
unintentional
design
ones.
varieties. Those are intentional. Design varieties are intentional.
Even those
Cool.
backdoor mint jobs, where they sneak them out the back door of the mint.
You mean like the Wisconsin low leaf, high leaf quarters?
Well, that.
Yeah. Oops.
That kind of stuff. I mean, you're talking about big stuff.
5 on the cheek.
Mule coins, stuff like that. Yeah.
Superbird.
Superbird.
No, I don't think Superbird was intentional. I'm not in that camp. I'm in the other camp. I'm in the hubbing in debris camp.
I mean, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, right?
Like the new Lincoln Sense with the V, right? Ken Potter and Mike Diamond are studying that coin.
Yeah.
I think it was hubbed in debris. I think it happened between the master hub and the working die.
Well, let's see what they come up with, because that'll be interesting.
Will be.
But that's a good, good hypothesis.
It's definitely some type of damage.
And our chief donut person here is asking, did anybody listen to the latest Coin Week podcast? I thought the idea of reworking the circulating denominations was pretty interesting.
Reworking. So 2026, every single coin will have a change in the obverse and reverse. Our semi-quincentennial. For that 1 year, the obverse and the reverse of all of our coins will be different.
Can't they change that dime after that? Don't bring back.
So I don't know if that's what we're talking about, reworking the circulating denominations.
Yeah, I hope they don't bring back the Roosevelt dime like it is now. We need to change it. It's long overdue.
But then every obverse will go back to the regular design in 2027, but the reverse of the $50, the quarter, and the $50 will be different, because I think the quarter will be youth sports, and I think the $50, and I think the $50 is like Special Olympics.
Special Olympic sports.
Yeah.
Until 2030, I believe.
But that year is going to be really, really interesting. It's going to be fun to see. I think it could make a big difference. I think it could bring a lot of people into the hobby. They're going to be like, what the heck is this? Because the obverse and the reverse will be different. So.
Hopefully they'll do some cool commemoratives and commemorative medals too.
Right.
Yeah, Eric, I'll be doing that. I'll be stacking some boxes. Getting some of those.
Yeah, I think so.
For a while.
Yeah.
You're talking about when they come out? Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are saying, well, it's no different than the, 1976 quarters. The drummer boy quarters. Everybody makes a big deal out of those. They made a ton of them. But what they don't understand, though, is that the change in the obverse is going to be the big thing, I think.
I would say just about every collection I go to appraise or buy has rolls of the bicentennial quarters and halves and rolls of Susan B. Anthony dollars. And everybody thought they were going to be worth a ton, I guess.
Yep.
I mean, if nothing else, I used to pull them out just because they were cool.
Yeah.
And they were the one thing that was different, and that was when I was a kid, and I never, I didn't think about, it's going to be worth a lot of money, but just the fact that it was cool, and I still have all the ones that I ever collected from back then all the way up till now. I didn't have
I do like hearing that our viewers are watching the Coin Week podcast. I do like that.
We're still trying to get him on the show too.
I know, Mike and Matt. Yeah, they're fun. I like them. I like their chemistry together. I like their show. I just think they're a lot of fun. So,
Well, I'd like to get Charles Morgan too.
well, we've got Michael Kittle. What more do we need?
I mean,
Come
yeah.
on. You can't get it. Like we can only go down from here. Can't go up. I got to talk him up or he won't come back.
There we go.
Let's see what was next. Alfred says, when the next quarter coming out for the women's series? When is?
May. Soon.
So like,
Soon.
yeah, because that'll be the third one this year, right?
Yeah, it's.
And then there'll be one in like.
I think I think Eleanor Roosevelt's the next one. What this just happened?
And then the fourth one's like August, September time frame, somewhere around there.
So I'll go right now.
Oh, I didn't know Charles Morgan was stepping down from the ANA board.
I did not know that either. Yeah, I like him too. He doesn't know who the hell I am, but I like him.
Well, I think he was going to get on Daniel Morgan's or Daniel Malone's show, wasn't he?
I think so. I think they were he was talking about that. So, oh wait, June? No, not till June. June 5th, Eleanor Roosevelt.
Dang.
So not till June. I do really like this Lincoln presidential medal.
Don't forget about the innovation dollar. Some of those are cool too. Everybody forgets about those.
Yeah. Did you see that Abraham Lincoln presidential silver medal, Uncle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Paula, can I interrupt quickly for a quick commercial announcement?
Sure.
Of course.
Somebody mentioned ANA. Well, if you're an ANA member, you do get to vote. And I've been asked by one of the former ANA presidents to spread the word to vote for Mark Leiterman for vice president. I've been told to tell everybody for all the clubs. And he's interested in supporting clubs and education. The person he's running against for that position is a dealer who wants everything that ANA does to be profitable and make money, and education stuff doesn't do that, and he wants to cut education. So if education and promoting the hobby versus making dealer tables cheaper at shows and things like that are important to you, then I've been asked to tell you, vote for Mark Leiterman.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of our viewers are ANA members. So
and it tells you right there at the bottom, there's all these former ANA presidents that want you to vote for him too. So that might mean something to you.
Nice.
Yeah, so please go vote. That's education, you guys know, is near and dear to our hearts. So
there's probably, I think there's over 25,000 ANA members and about 2,500 or so vote each year. So how many votes?
Really?
Make sure you
you go to the website and do that?
They mail out ballots in I think they do it in May, and you got all of June or something to vote. Or there's instruction. You can do it online. You can mail it in.
I think
if you're a brand new ANA member, you will not get a ballot. You got to be a member for at least a year to vote. Because, for example, if like Paula was going to run for ANA or something, she would sign up 1,000 members and tell them all to vote. But
right,
you got to wait a year. So you just got to plan a year in advance if you're going to do that someday.
No, I had a bad experience voting for running for like treasury or something in my high school, and I didn't get any votes, so I'll never run for anything again.
Did some mean girl like make cupcakes for everybody and beat you?
Yeah, you know.
Oh, ma'am.
Yeah.
She did the bend and snap.
Good gosh.
Bend and snap.
That's funny. So
I can't compete against that.
Well, true. So JT says, how common are the 2023 dual die chips on obverse nose bug and half of the airplane die chip on the reverse? Thanks.
Pretty common.
Pretty common.
They're both late die state, so it's possible that both sides were on their way out.
Right.
Now there is a big die. I say it's a die break on top of the plane. That's pretty cool. But the die chip on the wing, I got 2 bags of the Phillies, and I found so many of them that I kept like 2 and spent the rest. So.
Yeah. So the bigger, the better. Basically, if you find the bigger ones.
Bigger is better when it comes to die chips, because once they get past like, I think it's 3 millimeters there, then die breaks.
There you go. So Paula, you can be our mascot if you wear your unicorn uniform.
Oh, you know I am. I'm all about that.
Are you going to be wearing it, Paula, or somebody else?
I have to at least put it on, and then you will be wearing it.
No. You
or Shannon will be, or Sean will be wearing it.
One of us
Because
will be
it's like
wear that.
it's like a foot tall, too tall for me.
Like,
I can't see out of the thing at all. So.
Oh, okay.
Like,
so
no, I won't.
As long as I can take tips, like
I'll give you a
do
tip.
a dance and stuff.
Right.
Oh, money dance like a wedding.
Mike's asking, what do we think about the 22D DDR on the Lincoln Cent?
That's a very nice double die. Chuck actually had some rolls of them. I actually bought a roll from him, and I haven't gone through it yet, but it's a really strong double die on the reverse.
There are some really nice DDRs on that earring, and I think Shannon, don't you have a discovery or two on which one is it?
Not on the Lincolns.
Oh no, I'm thinking of the quarters. Never mind.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of the quarters.
Yeah, but there's a lot of
kind of nice that it's actually a Denver too. That's got a really nice double die for once.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar then, I guess, with a DDR on the. So it's got.
You know what? For you, I'll open this roll and I'll see if I can find one. Because Chuck.
Is it on the initials?
No, it's on the
shield.
No, it's on the wording on the back.
Really? Oh, yes, I do know. Yes, I do know. It's really, the bases are really thick. I do know which one it is. Yep.
Yeah, Chuck was selling them. He had a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, I do. Very unusual. Very unusual. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so much for Class 9, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many. There's the 2011 DDO and stuff like that. There's so many that the 2014. That's not a Class 9. That's not a single squeeze. Come on now.
Brian has a 1958D quarter believed to be uncirculated with toning on both sides. Can I send you pics to get your opinion?
Yep.
You sure can. And I put the email in the chat again for you.
I'll be right back.
But please ask, because a lot of times we do get emails and people will just say, what do you think? Well, if you want us to comment on the toning, ask about that. Or if you want us to comment on a certain point, of the coin or something, just try and make sure that you ask a specific question, because a lot of times we look at it and it's like, well, it looks like you've got a Jefferson nickel. That's good. What exactly do you want us to focus on and tell you our opinion on, that kind of thing. So just do that if you can. That's all. Oops, did I do something wrong? Who's hiding? Who's showing? Julie says, I found a Nina Otero Warren struck through grease. It is missing part of the date and much of the devices. Would it be worth grading and hanging on to, or would you sell it ungraded? If you're going to sell stuff like that, I would say it's not going to be valuable enough to grade, probably. I mean, more than likely. So I would just, if it was me, I would just sell it as ungraded, because when if you put that on eBay or whatever and you say struck through grease, people are going to see the pictures and they will understand that's exactly what it is. And they can tell for themselves, do you think it's a decent looking coin? Is it, does it have a high grade? You don't have to necessarily have it in a slab for that. And the expense that you're going to pay for an error attribution is going to be, $30 to $60, no matter which one of the graders you use. I think, isn't that right, Adam? I don't know exactly.
Annex would be the cheapest.
Yeah.
And then the next would be NGC and then PCGS.
But still, you're probably not going to make enough off of, it's not going to add enough value to the coin to have it graded potentially. So my opinion would be no, do not grade them. Not something like that.
Absolutely not.
Thanks. And Freeman's asking, has anyone ever encountered and I answered this for him. I said, basically, send us pictures because it's hard to tell. If there's not a variety on either Variety Vista or Wexler's, then it could be something else. It could be strike doubling. It could be, something else going on with the coin, but we can help you figure that out. And I think they've already sent pictures as well. So
awesome. Yeah, we've had several viewers who've found new varieties. Just because it's not listed doesn't mean it's not something.
That is true too. That is true as well. Cubing Cracked. Hey, I have a question about a few coins I found. I found a silver dollar coin from either 2001 or 2000. I don't remember. And it's a Sacagawea, but still silver. Didn't make sense to me. So that's probably something you might want to send to us as well, because that's my first impression is it might be plated. But we'd have to take a look at it to see. And I'll put that email in there again for you if you need it.
Also, please weigh it if you can.
Right. Because if it comes out heavy, that's another indication that it's probably plated. The original Lone Ranger, how common are die rotation errors, and does it increase the value or just just interesting to collect? Well, that's a good question.
It depends.
In the older coins, I think it's more frequent, right? Today's, you might see, there's a lot of people I see selling stuff that they say, oh, it's a slight rotation. It might be like, a few degrees. And sometimes that's just because it's really hard when you flip those coins to make sure you flip it exactly right, because, you could turn it a little bit and it looks off. Now, if you've got something that's, 45 degrees, 90 degrees, that's something that's definitely, collectible, and people that will increase the value of the coin. But you can easily see that too when you flip it. You'll be like, oh, wow, yeah, that's really off.
And there's a tolerance. 8 degrees is normal. 8-degree rotation is normal.
Yeah, so there you go.
It's not really considered collectible per se, up to 15 degrees, but it really doesn't start having value until it's more than 30 degrees.
Right.
Also, depends on the denomination.
Yep.
Sometimes your dollar coins that have a rotation are going to be more valuable than your pennies.
Because they're probably a little less common, right?
Yeah.
So let's see. What's the next one? Are Kennedy half dollars making a decent comeback in the market? No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. There's still a lot of people searching them and hunting them, but most of the time all they're looking for is the silver. So, if you don't find that, there are a lot of things to look for, though, in some of the older ones, and you can always look for errors or even potentially varieties in the new ones. But I don't think a lot of people do that.
70s are probably your most common for varieties.
Yep, early 70s.
Yeah.
The 64D is really good.
60s, 64. 66 is common too.
Yeah.
Has a lot of varieties.
66, 7, and 8 I think all have DDOs. Not necessarily the greatest, but
That's a Shay question. Shay's not good.
Yeah, that is a Shay question. Let's see. Dennis says, is the Edith Clash only on mint P bags?
So far, yes.
In mint P bags.
However,
that was intentional.
Huh? Yeah. I don't think it was intentional. I think they found it and distributed it equally because usually when you buy a bag or a roll, a mint wrapped bag or roll or a bag, if you find one variety, you're going to find several. Now, die clash is not a variety, but it does repeat until it's either polished off the die or wears off. So people like myself, the last bag I got had one. The bag before that, I think I had 8 or 10, which is really unusual when you have that many coins in a bag to just have one. So I think that they may have kind of said, well, maybe we'll seed these bags a little bit, get a little interest, but that's just my conspiracy theory.
That's her conspiracy
I don't think the clash itself was intentional. But
so there could be some that were just distributed out somewhere, but so far I think they've all been found in the bags.
Yeah.
Let's see. The next one. From Kimberly, in 2021 and first half of 22, I was able to obtain uncirculated from my banks. Since then I can't find them in circulation in my area. Anyone else ran into this issue? Are you talking about just coins in general? Because like in my area, I don't even see hardly any late 2022s yet. It takes a while usually for them to come out into circulation. So, I don't know.
So somebody else asked the same question, and I have a theory. When do I not have a theory? I think it depends on where you live and how much circulating coinage they actually have in that area. Because banks won't order boxes of coins unless it's like supply and demand. That's what I believe.
Yeah, they only order if they need them.
Yeah.
Right.
And you got to remember too, when the economy starts to suck, a lot of people take a lot of change in and bring it in, and there's less need to order new coins. So in the last few years, maybe a lot of people have been bringing in a lot of coins to banks and stuff for various reasons.
I also think the closer you live to a Federal Reserve Bank, the better chance you have of finding uncirculated coins, new coins.
Let's see. Ida says, if you're going to the Tulsa show and would like a Best of the Best t-shirt, I am making them for free. Just send me an email at bestofthebestcoincommunity@gmail.com. Ida's
So there's a coin show in Tulsa. Where would we go to get more information about this? I haven't heard this.
It's a very small one. You're not going to hear much about it on YouTube.
Okay.
So, yeah, you might, if you get up early enough, I think Ida might talk about it in the morning sometime.
July 4th weekend, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's I mean, it's before the weekend.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. The days leading into, yes. Jen said, somehow ended up listening to the middle of the show. Did any of my questions get seen on the 59 nickel, type 1 versus type 2? Is there an easier way to tell the difference? I can't tell at all. And you're talking about, I'm assuming, those steps, like wavy steps versus...
Well, that's 38.
Oh, that's 38 and 39. What will be the 59 type 1 versus type 2? Let's see. Anybody know off the top of their head? I'm going to look at Variety Plus.
I do not know.
Let's see.
I'm wondering if she meant 39.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that. I mean, I know every denomination has had multiple design changes.
Right. Let's see.
I think she probably meant 59.
Probably meant the 39, right?
39, yeah.
39. I mean, if it is a 39, blues. I think you're right. I think it's a 39. Essentially, you have wavy steps versus really nice crisp steps. If you have the wavy steps, which are kind of, they don't look very nice, not nice and straight, that's your 38. And then if you have the really nice crisp steps, that's the reverse of 40.
Right. And like Indigon's saying too, like the sides of the steps are very crisp.
Mm-hmm.
On the 39 as well. So it's hard, but there's pictures out there that do comparisons, and I mean, you just have to kind of, I guess, look at them and make the judgment call. Some of them are just so worn, it's hard to tell anyway. And let's see. Well, that's the last one we had hidden or starred. I'm sure there's got to be more. We're getting to the.
You should be able to get in, Jen. The Tulsa show is open for the public.
Probably an admission charge or something to get in.
Yeah, there might be a little.
I think it's free admission, I think.
Oh,
unless you're wanted by local authorities or you're on a blacklist of known thieves, you're probably going to be let in.
Yeah, they're probably going to be checking IDs. They've started doing that at every show I've gone to now. So they're taking more precautions with all the dealer theft.
There's been a lot of stuff going on.
Now, if you're worried about trying to get hotels and stuff like that, that's a whole other thing. But to go to the show, it shouldn't have an issue at all.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, sorry, Indigon, you can't go.
Joey, no, there are cherry pickers allowed, okay?
Oh, absolutely.
You just come to my table, okay?
They all have egg timers at their tables, 15 minutes per person, though. No 7-hour stays.
Like a competition, right? How many can you find in that 15 minutes?
There you go.
Well, is that it? I want to remind you guys in chat, tell your friends about us because we are almost to 5K. We're going to be doing some pretty awesome giveaways when we hit 5K. So
close.
We're so close. We're like 60 away or something like that. So
I know some of you guys in chat were asking questions and maybe they didn't get to them. Remember, guys, there was like 100 people in here, and sometimes things get missed. So just keep asking or send them an email or. The last show of the month, the last Monday of the month, it's just always a free for all with questions. Try again, and nobody's getting skipped over intentionally, so don't feel that way.
Yep. Feel free to send us, like Michael's saying, an email, or also we have a Facebook page that I'm putting in.
Also correct. Yeah.
And you can put all kinds of questions out there. If you aren't signed up for our Facebook page, make sure when you do that you answer. There's 4 questions. There's no wrong answers. Just answer those questions because we're not allowing bots to come in or anything like that. So, just make sure you do it. That's all. Or it'll get rejected.
What there, Michael?
What is that?
W cents?
And some nickels.
And some snickles. Is that your giveaway for this month?
That's the free monthly coin giveaway this month. If anybody wants to win those for free. Nice. It's 5 W mint proofs and a couple of world silver coins that are popular. So, all you gotta do is leave a comment on the video for a chance to win, and I'll put the link in just a second. But I'm gonna thank Gringo OG 22 for sending us some of these. And
Jen. Aw, thanks, B12.
Absolutely, you're all welcome to get in on that every month, always.
Always a free coin giveaway.
Always.
And he does monthly coin club meetings, Glendale Coin Club. Mm-hmm. So if you don't have a coin club of your own, like myself, it is a great place to go, and he always has amazing speakers and presentations. And so I kind of feel like I belong to the Glendale Coin Club because I'm there.
This
every
coming
month.
month in May, on the second, it's always the second Friday of the month, we have former ANA President Walt Ostermecki is going to be doing a presentation. And I don't know the exact topic, but I know it's a presentation he's planning for the World's Fair of Money in August in Pittsburgh. And he's kind of like going to be doing a trial, like preview of his talk he's going to give.
I love it when you have Walt on there.
So,
Yeah.
and then the next month after that, we have for June, David Schwager, who wrote the book on sample slabs, and he's a writer for
I have that book.
Coinage or Coin Week, one of the magazines. He'll be speaking.
Awesome. And if you haven't been to any of them, go back and look through some of the ones that's on, because they're all saved and recorded for you on Michael's channel.
That's true.
And I put the link in there again. So, it's a lot of interesting information. You find out stuff that you just really wouldn't even, think about.
I took that picture on the cover.
This is you did?
That's my coin, yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, if you don't have, a lot of people tell us all the time they don't have a local coin club, or they can't make it to their club for various reasons, and that's great. So you can be part of ours. You're all welcome.
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh, I got another book too, Michael.
Oh yeah,
He does giveaways at the coin shows too, or the coin club meetings.
we do. We try to.
So you could win.
I did pop my head on the last one.
Oh, you got that one? Nice.
I did.
Yeah, Greg Berkovich showed that at our last coin club.
I got a bookmark with it too.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
really?
Ooh.
That's a nice bookmark.
Yeah, there's these pictures in here. There's some. I mean,
Yeah, Greg showed that for show and tell at our last meeting, and then I think the eBay seller probably sold a half a dozen or a dozen copies instantly
Good job.
from that.
That's awesome.
That's a pretty
I
cool
kind of
book.
like my books.
Kyle says he got his too.
Did you, Kyle? Nice. Yeah, it's really amazing. I mean, now I want all of them because
So
that's just
Roseanne wants me to mention real quick, Paula, that in memory of 5 Point Friday, me and Roseanne will be hosting another trivia on my channel soon. We haven't scheduled the date, but I believe this will be the prize. It's a silver Mardi Gras doubloon from the 60s, I believe.
Nice.
nice.
So really cool piece. And
It's not going to be real hard trivia, is it?
oh, some might be, some might not. But I believe, Roseanne, should we do 5 points for the winner? Maybe, I don't know. 5 points.
Well, Roseanne will be on there.
Maybe.
We'll only be
We'll have to figure it out,
5
but
minutes.
Roseanne just wants to.
Noobs.
She'll be frozen on there for 5 minutes.
She'll be there at least at the very beginning, right?
Roseanne, go to Starbucks. They always have great internet.
Kyle wants to make sure you got your Indian headset poster. Paul.
Hey, Paul, you're late.
I did. I haven't put it up yet. I'm going to take these down and rework them. It's over. My frame is over there and my poster. So
Nice.
of course I did.
I have to get a frame.
No, Roxanne will not be allowed to win trivia when we do it for the doubloon that she donated.
Hey, we don't have a giveaway tonight, do we?
No.
Planned.
And I'm still waiting on Cindelicious. Has anybody seen her in the chat?
Planned. I haven't seen her tonight.
You're not.
You want to give away one of those posters?
Good.
You want to wait?
Yeah.
We got a couple of extra that Mr. Kittle sent to for a giveaway.
Let's see, that one's mine. I think the other
Or I could even give one away if you guys aren't
Like,
ready to
that
do it.
one's
How are we gonna do it?
Well,
do have one.
we might just have to buy more from you if we need to.
So let me
We have
show
some.
you. We can give one away. Absolutely.
Yeah, for everybody that if let's give one away, and if you get one, then Michael does have them for sale. Do you still have it on your website?
I don't have it on my website at all. No,
No, it's not on the website.
I need to though.
So if you want to purchase one, then we could maybe hook you up with
I don't know if you can see.
Kittle's address.
These are all.
Email.
It's just a poster of 1908 Indian headsets.
Yeah, Indian head sounds. From Good For to MS64, and then also some problem coins down here. So it's actually to help you learn to grade. Indian
Right.
head. So yeah, I can
Very cool.
And the
I still have
1908S is a
one.
good one. It's the first coin, first cent with a mint mark.
Were all those your coins?
Yeah.
Okay.
I put together a grading set, and I would display it at Long Beach and some different coin shows for several years. And
I have one.
eventually, one of my
still.
customers wanted to buy the whole thing, so
Wow, very cool.
then he started building on it. I think he went and got a few higher grades. And
Better make sure it's still
Nice.
in here.
Yeah, I ran into some probably
You only did 2,
20-year-old.
right?
yeah, I only put 2, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just double checking.
Yeah, I ran into like a 20-year-old that had a mint state 67.
I scribbled my name on one of them for you, Paula.
You did?
Yeah, so make sure you give away the right one.
Oh, this one says Paula.
You better keep that one. Yeah.
I guess I better keep this one on.
There was
Oh,
one that
crap.
was autographed. Come on now.
Okay. Let me swap them out here.
Somebody be winning this, and you get it in the mail and say, "Hi, Paula."
Right.
Hi, Paula. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, let me I get the StreamYard giveaway tool up. Let me get this back in there.
What
Talk
size
amongst
is the
yourselves.
poster? Do you know what size
Thanks
it
for
is?
being here.
24 by 36,
They're big.
It's pretty big, yeah.
full size. Yeah.
Okay. Now we got it right. I'm glad you said something. Gosh.
I just
You
remembered.
would have
Yeah.
gave
I'm glad I
away
hadn't put
you
it in
would
the
have gave
frame.
away
though.
yours.
I would have really been pissed if I'd already put it in the frame and hung it on the wall.
Yeah, right.
Okay, let me get the StreamYard giveaway tool up here real quick.
Cool.
Michael, I ran into somebody at a show that had a 67 08
Yeah?
S.
Wow.
Red. Yeah. And he
Yeah,
was
when I
like
was putting that
20
grading
years
set
old.
together, the 64 red on there is just so nice that I was gonna buy a 65, but none of them were even as good as the 64 red that I had, and it was just I decided to stop then. I didn't want to buy one that I didn't think was as nice, and I left it that way because I mean, when you look at the coins on the poster too, some of them don't look like they're in order. Like one looks maybe a little better than others. It just goes to show you that the grading companies aren't always exact either.
Yeah.
True.
There's arguments.
Yeah. Kyle, I got mine on Amazon. I got like 3 of them for I don't even know, but they're piddle. Oh my gosh, stop it. Poster frames. I don't know where I got piddle from. Poster frame are inexpensive. So there you go. There is your keyword to type in.
If you want a poster,
coin.
go ahead and type that in.
If you want to win the poster, just type that in chat, just as you see it.
If you don't want the poster and you think it sucks, then don't type that in. Don't. That's it. You don't have to. You don't have to try.
Don't need to type it in 50 million times. You can just
Yeah,
type
one
it in
entry per person's plenty.
If you want to make sure that you got it in there, you can type it in twice. But
Yeah, thanks for sending those to us. Because
yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely not.
has anyone found a 1908 S scent metal detecting? Not me.
I haven't.
I have my metal detector, but I have yet to take it out and use it.
I found them looking through piles of common date Indian scents, though.
Oh,
I
wow.
haven't found a 1909S, but I found a few 1908S's that way.
I found a counterfeit one time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
If you guys can't read what that says, just copy what other people in chat are putting in.
Yeah.
It's Kittle coins, Kittlecoins. I'm gonna go back to eating my burger.
You've got a burger? I'm so hungry.
Now I'm hungry.
I know, right?
Oh, you're supposed to share.
Leftover pizza for me tonight.
Sorry, my son barbecued me a hamburger.
Ooh.
That's even better, barbecue.
I got a message from Archaeology Mikey. He had cheeseburgers and fries for dinner tonight. In case anybody was wondering.
I think I'm gonna have to give me some Chicago style pizza on
There you go.
Chicago.
Michael, Adam is the one that had that macaroni and
cheese.
cheese pizza.
Oh, yum.
It's amazing.
Papa Giorgio's making banana bread. I thought for sure that it would be brownies, but
Banana bread.
Well, we have 43 entries.
You
I'm going to give it about another minute.
Still in the chat. Last chance if you want to get in. Nubs had a cheeseburger.
About two,
rings.
yeah, about 2/3 of the people are typing it correctly too, so that's about good.
Yeah. No brownies tonight. Too many bananas. What about banana brownies? I don't know. Chocolate and banana brownies. Wouldn't that be great? That's great together.
It don't sound bad.
Chocolate and banana's good. You ever have like a frozen banana dipped in chocolate?
Right.
Paul Hampton, better late than never. I think I read your name, Paul, in the Aeroscope magazine.
Joey lives 3 blocks away from Illuminati's.
Nice.
As a new member of Coneca.
Joey, I'm out here in Los Angeles, but they opened up a Geno's East in the Valley, so I have to go there every now and then.
Oh, wow.
That's all we got.
All
right. That's time.
Good luck, everybody.
You're not in it.
Good luck, everybody.
Go.
Go, go, go. Good luck.
Joey K. Who's that?
What?
Who's that guy?
Who's that guy?
Is there a Joey K in the chat?
There is
There
a
is
Joey
K in the
chat.
chat.
Paula, too bad I don't have the poster because I could just take it to him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
Joey
if you
K,
take the long way around and come through by my area, I can give you the one I've got.
If you really can hand it to him, if you want, if you send me your address, I can mail you 2 so you can have one and then he can get one, and then Paula can give that one away some other day. If you want one as well, because it's easy to mail too.
Yeah, I'd take one.
Because most of the expense is the mailing of the things. So. Yeah, if you want to send me your address, I'll send you 2, and then you can give them one that way.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Easy.
Awesome. So you'll get it
I'll put it in the private chat.
Yeah. Now I got work to do. Yeah, cool.
Hey, you volunteered, man.
I know.
I was all prepared to mail that out.
I know.
So we'll give another one away on our 5K giveaway. How about that?
There you go.
All right. Well, everybody, I think it's time for us to go. Thank you for your amazing questions and being here and hanging out with us and wanting to learn. And Michael, thanks for hanging out with us again.
No, thank you.
I will be at the Central States show, so if anybody is going and wants to stop by and say hi, just let me know.
Very cool.
I'll be in just message me on Messenger.
Awesome. I'd like
All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming. We appreciate you. We will see you next Monday, May 1st. Holy moly.
Wow.
Right.
So Jen's asking, so if you're interested in a poster, why don't you just shoot an email to us and we'll get it to Michael? And how much do you charge for them, Michael?
I don't even really know. Most of it's shipping. It takes like $5 or $6 to ship is what it really is. So
right.
Whatever you're willing to do. If you want 2 of them, it's only like an extra 50 cents to mail 2. So if you know another friend or someone you could give them to, then that's even better. So
awesome.
But, $10 would get you 2 of them mailed to you, probably something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we will. We can pass the information on, and
then, absolutely.
But yes,
right,
thank you, everybody.
Thanks so much. And also, don't forget, Sean is having a Whatnot sale. I'm not sure when, but if you haven't been to
tomorrow night.
Is it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. If you haven't been to one of his Whatnot auctions, check it out. He's been selling some amazing stuff. So, and go support him because you like him. So
do it.
All right, guys. We'll see you later. Don't forget to enter Michael Kittle's free coin giveaway. Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
You guys.
Bye.
Good night.